In the jungles of Vietnam, danger was everywhere, hidden, silent and deadly. The Vietcong's booby traps turned the very landscape into a weapon, preying on the minds and bodies of American soldiers. Every step could be a soldier's last, as the jungle itself became an enemy. These traps weren't just about inflicting wounds, they were about instilling fear, slowing patrols and breaking morale. The psychological toll was immense. Even a moment's distraction could be catastrophic. The Viet Cong's ingenuity lay in using simple materials to create terror and uncertainty. Let's begin with the most infamous of these, the Punji Stake. The Punji Stake, sharpened bamboo, often smeared with toxins, was hidden everywhere in grass pits and rice paddies. Even a minor wound could mean infection, agony and evacuation, turning every patrol into a nerve-wracking ordeal. The Punji pit took the stake to a new level. Concealed pits lined with spikes, camouflaged to blend with the jungle floor. A single misstep sent a soldier crashing down, impaled and trapped. Rescue was slow and dangerous, exposing the entire unit to further attack. The pain and fear spread quickly, paralyzing movement and morale. The pit was a trap for one, but a threat to all. Even bridges were deadly illusions. The Viet Cong built them to collapse under weight, plunging soldiers into rivers lined with hidden Punji stakes. What looked like a shortcut became a deadly ambush. The lesson? Trust nothing in the jungle. Every convenience could be a trap. The spike board was a spring-loaded plank, studded with spikes, triggered by a tripwire. It whipped up with brutal force, crippling anyone in its path in an instant. Using wood and nails, the Viet Cong built bear traps that snapped shut on a soldier's foot, crushing bone and trapping the victim. Escape was agonizing, often requiring the trap to be pried off the mangled limb. This box of downward-angled spikes let a foot in easily, but tore flesh if the victim tried to pull free. Extraction was slow and excruciating, amplifying the psychological torment. The trap was designed for pain, not just injury. A spiked log or drum, suspended and triggered by a tripwire, would swing down with lethal force. A single blow could kill or maim multiple soldiers. The jungle path became a deadly gauntlet. Two spike-studded boards, hidden on either side of a trail, snapped shut like jaws when triggered. The result, catastrophic wounds, often fatal. Complexity made it rare, but its impact was devastating. A massive spiked log, suspended above a trail, released by a tripwire, crashed down with crushing force. Soldiers rarely looked up, making this trap especially deadly. The jungle attacked from every direction. Even abandoned huts were weaponized. Opening a door could trigger a spike board to swing into the entrance chest or head. Nowhere was safe, not even shelter. A bent bamboo stalk, sometimes tipped with spikes, was released by a tripwire, whipping across the path with bone-breaking speed. The sudden, violent strike left victims stunned and wounded. The Viet Cong weaponized fear itself, dropping venomous snakes onto patrols or hiding them in bags and tunnels. Panic and chaos followed, breaking unit cohesion. The jungle's own predators became tools of war. A tripwire shook a hornet nest, unleashing a furious swarm on soldiers. Fleeing troops often ran straight into other traps. Nature itself became an ally of the Vietcong. A hidden crossbow mechanism fired a silent, sometimes poisoned arrow when triggered. The attack was nearly invisible. One moment a soldier fell, and the jungle remained silent. Paranoia grew with every step. A single bullet, buried in a bamboo tube, fired upward when stepped on, shattering bones and disabling soldiers. Tiny, nearly invisible, these traps turned trails into minefields. A grenade, held in a can with its pin pulled, was triggered by a tripwire. Once released, the grenade exploded, killing, maiming and alerting nearby Vietcong. Even discarded ordnance became a deadly snare. Flags left behind were booby-trapped with explosives, preying on soldiers' pride and desire for trophies. A moment of triumph could turn instantly to tragedy. The Vietcong marked their traps with subtle signs: broken sticks, arranged leaves or knotted vines. These codes changed constantly, keeping even expert trackers guessing. A misread sign could be fatal. The jungle's language was always evolving. These traps did more than wound. They haunted the mind. Every shadow, every step became a source of dread. The jungle itself was the enemy, blurring the line between battlefield and sanctuary. The psychological scars outlasted the war, shaping memories and lives. In our next video, we'll descend into the Vietcong's tunnel networks, exploring the hidden world beneath the jungle floor. Discover the strategies, endurance and ingenuity that defined this underground war. Join us as we explore the war from below.